Here's a question. Do you think you've been budgeting the right amount for retirement? On today's Finance Friday, we are tackling some misconceptions that might come along with saving for your golden years.
Joining us now to debunk 5 common retirement myths is certified financial planner and president of Shakiba Capital, Trevor Shakiba. Good to see you. Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday to y'all.
Okay, well, let's get started. And I love this first point because this one is, I will spend less in retirement, said no one ever.
Well, actually, a lot of people think this. I used to hear this all the time. The unfortunate thing here is that it's absolutely not true. In fact, most of my clients found that they spent more in retirement. And the reason for that, there's actually many reasons, but the main reason is you've got more time on your hands. And when you have more time on your hands, Courtney, you can probably speak to this, you find ways to spend money.
Add to cart.
My advice here to all of my clients, whenever we were running their numbers, was to factor in a minimum of 100% of current living expenses. And then a lot of times we actually looked at 120 or 125%.
Okay, so that's pretty eye-opening. We're not going to spend less in retirement.
Right.
We're going to spend the same, if not more, Trevor. Let's also talk about this idea. Some people may be thinking they're going to work forever, right? And it's great when some people can delay retirement and people live to work, right? But this is not really the reality based on the data, correct?
That is very much correct. Another myth that we need to dispel. And look, here's the data. 70% of retirees report retiring earlier than 65, and more than 1 in 4 of today's 20-year-olds will become disabled before age 67. That's data from the Social Security Administration. Point is that if you haven't started saving, just saying that, well, I'm just going to keep working until I die, that is not a good plan. It's never too late to start saving, by the way, or developing a financial plan. So without question, you need to go ahead and dispel that myth.
And you also need to talk about health care for retirement, because the bottom line is, one of the statements that you hear all the time is that Medicare is basically going to be cheap and cover everything.
Yeah, exactly. And this really is the elephant in the room when it comes to retirement, is healthcare. How much is it going to cost? You know, the expenses, the cost of healthcare has gone up so much. What is it going to be in 5, 10, 20 years? But just because you get to Medicare doesn't mean that you no longer have any cost. Very likely it's going to be cheaper. But remember, Medicare doesn't cover everything. In most cases, it doesn't cover dental and eye exams, hearing aids, for example. You're usually going to need to supplement Medicare with some type of Medigap plan or supplemental coverage. So just go in eyes wide open that not every healthcare cost goes away.
Trevor, let's chat about Social Security, because I feel like it's very common to hear people say, oh, well, Social Security is going to run out. Is there truth to this, or is that a complete myth?
Well, there's some truth to it, meaning if we stay on the exact same course and don't make any change after a significant number of years, yes, Social Security is going to have to be reduced. But here's a few key points, because I put it in here because it's a big myth in my opinion. Number one, if you're close to retirement or in retirement, probably not going to affect you. If you're younger, 40 or less, yes, things are probably going to need to be changed where income is higher or where you're not going to be able to access it as early. But the bottom line is that it's such a big program and so many people depend on it. It's not just going to go away. And remember this, to all the viewers, just depending on Social Security alone isn't going to meet all of your financial needs anyways.
Such great information. Also, let's talk about your 5th point. Is all about basically the withdrawal rate and that it won't ever change.
Yeah, another big myth in financial planning circles, a lot of times people would say, hey, if you have enough money and you're taking 4% from your investment portfolio, you are good no matter what. What that means is if you have $1 million, 4% would be $40,000 a year, you're good. Well, the truth is that you need to reevaluate that each and every year. Did the market go down substantially? When did you retire? All of those things can change your probability. So you can't just set it and forget it, for example. Continuously update, make sure you're on track, adjust for inflation. All of those things are important.
And just to clarify and underscore this point, Trevor, you mean even when someone has retired and they're drawing from their retirement savings, they need to continue to adjust and sort of reevaluate?
Yeah, absolutely. Not just down. If you have 3 or 4 or 5 great years, you may actually be able to increase your withdrawal rate. The point is that you can't just retire at 62 and say, hey, I have enough money, I'm going to take 4% no matter what the market does. You could put yourself in a predicament because remember, you're going to need those assets to last not 5 or 10 years, but potentially 30 plus years for the amount of time you would be in retirement.
All right, Trevor Shakiba, thanks for keeping us on track.
You bet.
And to our viewers, if you are looking for a new way to invest, you can connect with Trevor by visiting ShakibaCapital.com.